What's up, guys? How you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you guys are watching this video from. I hope you're doing okay. Well, as far as you are in Nigeria, and I think this should concern you, what is currently happening in Kano State when it comes to their traditional affairs. And the federal government is involved, the state government is involved. Politics all over, just playing their own rules and regulations and everything. Firstly, before I even start the topic, it's a really delicate matter. I want to give my utmost respect to the kingdom of Kano State and the Kano State people. My unwavering respect are with you guys, and most especially the kingdom, the emirs, the past emirs and the present emirs. If there's a way I can say in our own language, we say Zaiki. Whenever we want to give respect to our own king, we say Zaiki. That's how we do it in my own place. So I'm doing that to you guys and your own king, whoever is the current emir now, because that's the main issue now. Well, I knew about the story then when Jonathan was then the president. I know so much about it when Sanusi, the former CBN governor, was made the emir of Kano. I knew about it. I know how it happened, and how it was removed by the past Kano governor, that is Ganduji. How it was removed because of, according to people, because he was very, very outspoken when it comes to poverty and so many other things. He was involving himself too much in politics, according to what was going on there. So that was why they wanted him out of that seat, because he should have focused, according to them, he should have focused on him being the king, not him involving himself in politics. That was the reason why they removed him. And when they removed him, he respected himself enough. He left there. They went to Kaduna to stay with El-Rufai and something like that. And fast forward to today, Ganduji, who was the past governor, is no longer the governor, but is the chairman of APC party. Then the present governor immediately rearranged the law, and reinstated Sanusi. Why the present emir, the city emir, that's the person of Adamu Adu, wasn't around, the reinstated Sanusi. Even when the High Court, the Kano State High Court, stopped the reinstatement, they went ahead and did all the formalities. And of course, there are video proof to see Sanusi after the reinstatement. He flew down to Kano and did the normal traditional rites. Government is involved, did everything, and of course, proceed to the palace. And he was welcomed by so many persons. Now, the emir that was seated recently, that's the person of Ado, came back to the state to, of course, get back his seat. It just looked like Game of Thrones. If you guys have watched Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones is coming again to play all over again now. It's the survival of the fittest. That's what they are doing now. I feel the president, because so far the NSA, the National Security Advisor to the president, that is the person of Ribado, immediately asks the emir, the currently reinstated emir, to vacate that seat for Ado immediately. And Ado has the backing of the DSS, the security services for Nigeria. Why Sanusi has the backing of the government, of the current government of Kano State. So you see what is happening there now. It is now the survival of the fittest. But who is currently in that office? is Sanusi. Sanusi is the one sitting down now in that palace, relaxed, and the gate are shut. They are both cousins. They both grew up together. And of course, when it comes to king, go and watch the Game of Thrones or watch all those movies that have to do with king. Of course, you know you do not mingle yourself around it. So that is basically what is happening there now. Apparently, Kano State has two emirs. Two emirs now. Two emirs. Two emirs. The kingdom is divided. Some are supporting Sanusi. Some are supporting Ado. While some are just confused. They don't know who and who to support. Don't know who and who to support. And currently, the security services of the federal government are currently with Ado to escort him to that palace. To escort him to that palace. So I don't know if they are going to use force to open that palace gate, or they are going to use bulldozer to open that palace gates. But these are all happening during Tinubu's regime. And this is what it is. When you involve politics with traditional rights, there's always confusion. You understand? Because this is politics all over again. People are saying, since Sanusi, when he was overthrown, respectfully relinquished that post, so Ado should respectfully do that as well. Kano State kingship is really, really important. It's one of all those kingdom that is very, very important in Nigeria. They are very, very important in Nigeria. Especially when it comes to the Muslim society. They are very, very, very important. That's why they say, king pass king in the kingdom of kings. So Kano State king is very, very important. So I don't know how they are going to survive, how they are going to do it. So, but it's a really fun sight to watch and to see how it's going to turn out. But all the same, my utmost respect to them. I'm not going to say this is right, this is wrong. Who am I to say it? I'm not even from Kano State. But I'm just watching the news and I feel like there must be a compromise. No matter how it be, there will come to be a compromise. So I want to see the person that is going to compromise. I want to see the person that is going to let go of that seat for to the other person. So I want to see it. I'm just really interested in that topic, and you guys should be interested as well, because Kano State is very, very important. It's one of the most populous states in Nigeria, and when it comes to politics, Kano State is very, very important. Kano State alone gave Kwankwaso 1 point something million votes the last election. Very, very important. And the Kano State political party are neither Labour Party, PDP, or APC. It's another different political party that is ruling there. It was formerly APC from Garduji. Well, guys, let me know exactly how you feel about that. And again, I want to ask this question. Waiting Peter Obi do Wole Soyinka. Waiting Peter Obi do Wole Soyinka to the point that any opportunity may Wole Soyinka get, he will always try to discredit Peter Obi. And recently he said, it's going to be for the good of Nigerians if Peter Obi refused to contest the next election. He said, I hope Peter Obi doesn't contest the next presidential election. His team is incompetent to lead Nigeria. That's what he said. Now, listening to directly from his voice.
Subgroup, as one. It means that they've already declared themselves incompetent to lead such an entity. That's all.
What do you think of the person, Mr. Peter Obi? What do you think? How do you think he can make it right? Do you think, what mistakes do you think he made, and do you think he has a chance in the next election?
Well, I hope for the sake of the nation that he doesn't express interest in the next election. Because for me as a leader, if there was any proof that he was unfit to lead that country, it's in the conduct which he encouraged among his followers. Because I know for a fact, and I can give you an instance which proved that he was in control of those forces.
Can you please, what's the instance, Prof?
Well, simply because when he first came to visit me, he did come at one time.
That's correct.
Somebody brought him. And I watched him. I watched his action, his body language. It seemed to be very conciliatory. But I remember the moment when he took out his computers, something, and after he made a statement like, "Oh, don't worry, everything, will be taken care of. You don't have anything to worry about these people." He was talking about the quote-unquote obedience. I remember he took out his computer, his phone, and he tapped, a message, there, and it showed me. I was watching him very closely. I didn't see a thing. And after that, everything seemed to be, to be nice and cozy.
So he really did, yes.
And I saw and I read his statement about that meeting afterwards. The statement was a contrast to what actually happened, what we discussed. And I mentioned it in my response when somebody said, I can't remember what he wrote, but anyway, it was a misrepresentation of what happened. And I made sure that I put a statement out saying, no, I'm sorry, this is not what was said. This language never came into it. On the contrary, this is what happened. And so when I meet somebody who is incapable, even at a meeting which is supposed to be conciliatory, of being completely honest, I look at that person, and so I smiled myself. And of course, when I got to Stellenbosch and I was asked a question.
Okay, guys, of course, you can hear him clearly, but the thing be saying, what did Peter Obi do, Wole Soyinka? All this because of obedience. The people who claim they are following Peter Obi constantly bashing Wole Soyinka because Wole Soyinka gave his own view when it comes to the presidential election. And Wole Soyinka is entitled to also speak on presidential matter, on national matter. He says it's way more important to speak on national matter than most people in this country because of what it stands for, because of what he has done, respectfully. But a lot of people in Nigeria do not think he deserves that respect. Basically, ever since he started criticizing Peter Obi and leaving the rest out of the own critics, never criticize the rest, but is only Peter Obi is focused on. Well, that is his reason, and why he keep discrediting Peter Obi up to this day. Even after the whole election and Peter Obi keeps going out to do his humanitarian services, this man keeps criticizing Peter Obi. Peter Obi should not have visited this man in the first place, honestly. Peter Obi is not in control of the obedient movement. The people who call themselves obedient movement, they don't even personally know Peter Obi. They just support Peter Obi. It's not as if it's an organization that all those people are being paid to call out on certain persons. It's just that people are frustrated and they saw Peter Obi as a way out from that frustration. Like they saw him like a leader. In the history of Nigeria, a leader that was never stained. I don't know, you guys might say, is he competent? He never did anything. But a leader that was never stained when it comes to any corrupt allegations. any corruption allegation, nothing like that. Come on, man. Eh? What else do you guys want? Never stand when it comes to any corruption allegations. Abba. Well, that is for Wole Soyinka. And check this out. According to this guy, this man, Charles said, beware that Wole Soyinka comment against Peter Obi is not coming from a place of love, but from a place of hate and bigotry. He would rather support a drug lord because they have history. Soyinka is an evil man and should be seen as an enemy of Nigeria. Okay, if that's what you think, then check out this message from this man.
My fraternal greetings to everyone. Today I want to talk about the incoherence upon incoherence of Wole Soyinka. Enough is enough. We've tolerated this man for a long time. It's a big shame to the literary community. Wole Soyinka, you are simply and squarely one of the intellectual idiots we have in this country. You are a man without principles, a thoroughbred and incurable hypocrite. That's what you are, and nothing less. No wonder it is argued that your so-called Nobel Prize you won in 1986 emanated from the boardroom of politics. And now it is true. Your attitude, your everything, your actions and inactions give credence to those assertions. If we want to talk about men of integrity, let's begin with your contemporaries. Are we talking about Chinua Achebe, the immortal sage and father of modern African literature? Are we talking about J.P. Clark, Africa's most lyrical poet? Or are we talking about Neo Sundare, the scourge of tyrants? Are we talking about Christopher Okibo, who lived and died for what he believed in? Are we talking about Gabriel Okara? Who are we going to juxtapose you with, Wole Soyinka? Those names I mentioned are names that we can all go to invoke as a source of pride and for moral inspirations. They are men who have engraved their names on the marble of integrity. Unblemished men, men of integrity, men who are conscious of their good names, their global good names. But that is not you, Wole Soyinka. Your son served as a commissioner for health in Ogun State. He destroyed the health sector in that state, looted everything and left. He left the health sector in Ogun State in shambles. That is your own son. Which of the sons of your contemporaries has smeared their father's name in that way? Mention one. Today's government is 100 times worse than the GEJ's government. None of you came out to protest. You even wrote describing the wife of GEJ as a hippopotamus and the president himself, GEJ, as a King Nebuchadnezzar. But everything happening in this government, people like you never came out to protest. But a few days ago, you came out to call the youths fascist and talking rubbish. Please go and sit down.
Well, I think that says it all. So let me know exactly how you feel, guys, and catch you next time on another video. Peace.